Hi everyone, a very good noon to all of you today from the studio. How are you? I hope all of you are doing great. Just let me know if I'm visible and audible. Hi Sonali, good afternoon. How are you? All right, let's begin. So, this 50 must-know vocabulary word series that we've been having on popular demand, we've turned it into a 500 must-know vocabulary word series, right? So now we will have regular sessions on vocabulary, right? And all of these will be high-frequency words, relevant words for your exams. Okay. All right. Hi Sai. Hello Ishang. Good noon. Good noon. Okay. So let's begin. You know that in our sessions, this is what we do. We try to learn varied question types, okay? Because ultimately in the exam, you have to solve questions, isn't it? So we learn varied question types, and of course, we learn some new high frequency vocabulary words through them. So let's begin. Yes. Okay, so the first question type that I'm going to give to you is analogy, right? So today we'll have 3 to 4 analogy questions. Read the instructions of the question very carefully. Figure out the relationship in the question pair, very important, and then eliminate. 3 steps. So here's your question. These are your instructions. Read them carefully and tell me the answer. Let's see who answers the fastest. Malapropism is 2 words. The word has mal in it. Would it be a positive word or a negative word? Sonali says B. Okay. Others? Ishang says C. Pratik B. Sai says A. Alright. Knockout Gaming says B. Okay. So, let's have a look at this question. Malapropism. Whenever any word has the root mal, has the prefix mal, it means bad. Okay, so mal means bad. Now, apropism is associated with the use of words. So, when we misuse some words, a hilarious confusion in words, a hilarious misuse of words is called malapropism. For example, if I say, Gandhiji healed leopards, instead of saying that Gandhiji healed lepers. Healed. If I say leopards, just because it is similar sounding, so it's basically a slip of tongue, malapropism. Instead of saying lepers, people suffering from leprosy, that is a malapropism, right? On a light note, if I say we should investigate in the girl child, instead of saying we should invest in the girl child, that is malapropism. Okay, so it means misuse of words that produces a hilarious effect. Now let's have a look as to which one matches this. Ellipsis in a sentence is simply put when you miss certain words in a sentence just because they are understood from the context. Okay, so for example, if let's say you ask me, ma'am, did you do your homework? And I say, oh, I did. So I, instead of repeating the whole sentence, yes, I did the homework, I simply say I did. This is an elliptical sentence. Okay, I have used ellipsis. In grammar, these 3 dots, you know, okay, yes, these 3 dots that we put at the end of our sentences, sometimes when we want to say more, but then we don't. These are also called ellipses. Okay, so ellipsis is clear to you? Now, ellipsis is not really a misuse as such, isn't it? It's a grammatically accepted practice in English. So no, B is not our answer. Catechism. Catechism, it means, Bhagavad Gita. How is Bhagavad Gita phrased? So Arjun asks some questions and then Lord Krishna answers. So this religious, religious instruction in the form of questions and answers, this is called catechism. And catechism is a feature of religion. Teaching religion to you through questions and answers. Again, it is no misuse, right? So, eliminated. Okay, Kaka is asking me the difference between ellipse and eclipse. Eclipse is a very different concept, right? You know about lunar eclipse, solar eclipse. So, that's a scientific phenomenon. It does not have anything to do with the English grammar concept ellipsis, right? So, very different words. Cataclysm. So, cataclysm now refers to any catastrophe, any disaster, but originally and the more specific meaning of the word is a flood. Clysm here means water. Okay, cata means down. Okay, so when water actually comes down on you in a way, right, it's a flood. So, eliminated. Alright, you've got it, right, that here we should have flood and not earthquake. Okay, now anachronism is our answer. Okay, when something is outdated. So let's say I come to the class and I am wearing these ancient Victorian clothes, right? That is anachronistic, that is outdated. Okay, ana is again a negative prefix. It means not. Ana means not. Chron means time. So anachronism is something that does not belong to the present time, that is outdated. So just like malapropism is the misuse of words, anachronism is something that does not belong to the present time, and that's why A is our answer. So analogy questions can be very meaty questions in the sense that there is a lot that you can learn from them, a lot of words, and in the exam also they can take relatively more time in case you do not know, let's say, some of the words or you're unable to eliminate, right? So you should practice these questions. Okay? Yes, Ritik. Surya Grahan, Chandra Grahan, absolutely right. So the options are bound to be close, right? And here I don't think the options were close. I'll show you a question where you might feel that, but here the options were not close. There was just one word that talked about the misuse of something, right? So moving on to our next question. All right. Now read the instructions very carefully. What do they say this time? What do you have to do? Find the least similar pair. So, three of them are going to be very similar. One is not so similar to the question pair. Find out that one. Yes. Let's see what you say. Okay. All right. B, D, C, B, okay. A. So I've got pretty much everything, right? All the options. But C emerges as the most popular choice, followed by B. All right, let's have a look. Cosmic, related to the universe. Cosmos is the universe. So something related to the universe is cosmic. Terrestrial, related to the earth. Okay. So terrain, territory, all of these words come from the same root, right? So related to the earth. Annular, related to or of a ring. Okay. It is a cousin of the word annual, annular. Annual also means when the earth completes one circle around the sun, one ring in a way around the sun. So annular is related to a ring, right? So A eliminated, D eliminated. Lunar is related to the moon. So all these three are actually similar to our question pair, isn't it? So ठीक है, ये तीनों similar हैं. A, B and D are similar. We are left with C, which is our answer. What does connubial mean? Connubial. It means conjugal, related to marriage. Okay, one synonym of connubial is conjugal. Conjugal means related to marriage. So it's not really related to youth, it's rather related to marriage. And that's why this is the odd one out here. So you know, these questions are very similar to the odd one out question in English. 3 of them will be very similar, 1 will not be similar. You just have to find that one out. Okay then, let's look at the next question, if this is clear. So, germane is to pertinent. Now find me the least similar relationship to the given relationship. Yes. Let's see what you say. Sai says D. Okay. Prasanna says C again. Ishank says D. C, B. Alright. So quite a few of you say C. Okay. Okay. Anybody who says A, because that's the only one that's left. Alright. Let's have a look. We have already done this word in a previous session. Okay, so it's important that you attend sessions regularly. I remember I gave it as a fill in the blank to you, and we talked about how when we say, oh, this is germane to the issue, it means yes, this is relevant to the issue. This is pertinent. Pertinent also means relevant to the issue, right? So, if something is germane to the discussion, it is relevant to the discussion, and this is a synonym pair. That means 3 of them are going to be synonym pairs and they are not going to be my answers. 1 of them is not going to be, and that will be my answer. Okay, so I got a lot of B's and C's, especially C's. That is the answer. Good, you figured this out. Excited is to serene. Serene is when someone is calm. They're not very excited about something, right? They're not displaying their emotions overtly as such about something. So, excited is to serene is actually an antonymous pair rather than being a synonymous pair. So, ये हमारा answer है. A, B and D, they are all synonyms. Okay, apt, something that is apt is appropriate. Somebody who is sluggish would be somebody who is very tired. You would feel very dull in talking to them. They would sound very dull, right? Associate and affiliate, people who are associated with you, they are either members of your group, right? Or they are a branch of your company. So, associate is to affiliate is also a synonym pair. There's something called affiliate marketing. Have you heard about it? Affiliate marketing, a very popular term these days. Serendipity is a different word. It's not related to serene. Serendipity means something that happens, a lucky accident. Something that happens to you by chance and it proves to be fortunate for you, lucky for you. So, it means a lucky accident. And it comes from a fairy tale. It comes from a story, the word. The three princes of Serendip, if I'm not wrong, that's the name of the story. Okay, and it's about these guys, these brothers who travel on adventures, and with each of their travels, they discover something really lucky. They are very fortunate. So, from there comes the word serendipity. Okay. So, affiliate marketing is when, let's say, you are a retailer, let's say you are a company, now you ask another website to host your ads. Okay, so that when people go to that website, they click on that website, they click on your ad and you're able to sell your products. So, that website becomes your affiliate and this is called affiliate marketing. Okay, so vocabulary is very closely related to what you read in your daily lives, and don't think that it's something that you have to go an extra mile for, right? You don't have to. Lethargic, dull, sluggish, they are all synonyms. Correct, Sonali, correct. Serendipity, naseeb, yes, you're right, Ishank. Okay, acha naseeb would be the better definition. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, so this is a phrasal verb fill in the blank. Let me see what you say here. So Ritik, so what is happening with you? It's a very natural phenomenon, right? When we attempt easy to moderate quizzes, we are of course better, right? So the perspective should be that you're learning from those moderate to difficult quizzes or mocks, right? So learn new words from them, treat them as learning opportunities, and then look at the meaning of the word, look at the synonyms, look at its usage. So the next time when you encounter this word, then you know it. Then you shouldn't make a mistake. Right? So there are a number of apps also that you can download that actually teach you words through quizzes, right? There's an app called Vocabulary Builder, for instance. So it teaches you words through quizzes, and it also makes you revise those words during the quiz itself. Whatever you get wrong, you revise it twice or thrice so that it gets cemented and you don't forget it. Okay, so don't get disheartened if, let's say, you're getting a relatively lower score in moderate to difficult. That is bound to happen. That is what makes it moderate to difficult, isn't it? B, C, okay. Prasanna has an interesting answer, A, B. That's a very safe and clever bet. The recent disturbances in the country will dash and peace will be restored. So this is my prediction, okay, that peace will be restored. So that means the disturbances will pass away. That's what I mean to say. The phrasal verb for that is blow over. Okay, so those who said B, absolutely correct. Most of you said B. So it will blow over, that means it will go away, it will pass away. Blow past. Blow past is to cross a threshold, to cross a limit. So let's say I overeat on the weekend. I'll say I have blown past my calorie limit for the day. I have overshot it. I have crossed the limit. So that is what blow past means, to cross a limit. Then pass through is a very common phrasal verb. You would know the meaning. When you pass through a particular place, you're just in transit. You stop there for a very brief period of time. Okay, so I was passing through and I thought to say hi to you, right? That's what pass through means. This is incorrect. There is nothing like come pass, okay? It's basically come to pass. So when something comes to pass, it happens, it occurs. So when I say it came to pass that she became the topmost doctor in the country. So it so happened that she became the topmost doctor in the country. So you get it? It simply means to happen, to occur. So phrasal verbs, an important area in vocabulary that is often neglected, but you may get some questions on these. And if you pick up your OMETs, all your papers such as IFT, SNAP, they do ask some phrasal verb questions also. So have a look at those questions from past year papers. It will give you an idea of what your preparation framework should be. I can suggest you some websites. So first things first, you can take topic tests on these that are there on our app. Then there's this interesting website that I have suggested to you often, phrases.org.uk. It has a very interesting list of phrasal verbs, and they are also categorized according to, you know, various, they're categorized on various bases. So you can just explore this. Okay. Okay, Ritik. So in that case, see that were those words the technical words of a field? Is that the reason you got them wrong? Or were those high frequency words only, but you hadn't read them? In case that is the case, that means that you need to read more. Okay, you need to read articles more. You need to read fiction, non-fiction more, because you pick up such high frequency words from there. So see what kinds of words you got wrong, right? Are they words that you encountered in newspapers and magazines? In that case, you should read them, right? And in case you still feel that you want something extra, then you have vocabulary books to help you, right? So, because you're enrolled with us, you have the Wiley's book that has a 16-week plan in it, right? Apart from this, you can go for Word Power Made Easy. If you've completed it, I think you have completed it. You asked me some other sources. You can start with All About Words. That is relatively more advanced, right? So, there are steps to correct this. Okay? All right. So, this is what these words mean, and let's go to the next question. Oh, I'm sorry. This is our question. 4 options. Tell me which pair fits the best. Fill in the blanks now. Contextual vocabulary. Let's see who answers the fastest. Okay, Vedant has answered the fastest and he says D. C, all right. B, okay, just A is left. Others, what do you say? Okay, let's have a look. So, first things first, see, in vocabulary questions, sometimes grammar also helps us. Okay, something that I have told you earlier as well. So, who care? Care is a plural verb, isn't it? It's a plural verb. That means that B cannot be the answer. Front man is singular, isn't it? So, B answer nahi ho sakta hai, because this is a singular word. I need plural nouns here. Okay. Then, mediators, agents, touts, all of them fit here. Okay. So, that's why this becomes, I would say, a moderate question, not an easy question, because in the first blank, all these 3 words fit. Let's have a look at the second blank. Who care neither for the dash nor for the trees. Who are the people who've been talked about in this fill in the blank? The poor people. So, what I want to say is they care neither for the poor nor for the trees. I am looking for a synonym for poor. Now, opulent means wealthy, affluent, extremely wealthy. In fact, they are called opulent. You don't use this word lightly. Okay, so you use it for somebody who's extremely wealthy. And therefore, A goes out of the window, B goes out of the window. We're left with C and D. Which is better out of C and D? Yes. I can see it in your responses. You think D is better? Absolutely correct. Abstinent. What does abstinent mean? When you abstain from something, you prevent yourself, you restrain yourself from consuming it. It is usually associated with drinking. Okay, so when you abstain from drinking, you restrict yourself, restrain yourself from drinking. Okay, so that is an abstinent person would abstain from drinking. And therefore, it does not fit in our present context. Indigent. And indigent, so indigent is used as an adjective also, and it is used as a noun also. An indigent person is a poor person. If I call him or her an indigent, that means again this person is poor. So indigents, the poor people. Okay, so indigents, nor for the trees, and that's why D Delhi is my answer here. So you just had to eliminate, right? I think A and B easy to eliminate. Between C and D, if you know the meaning of abstinent, again it becomes easy to eliminate. Perfect. Any queries, please ask. Okay, so a contextual vocabulary question. Yes. Who are Spartans? Let's see this also. Spartans. What is the meaning of this word Spartan? Again, it is both an adjective as well as a noun. Someone who lives a very simple lifestyle. Doesn't mean that this person is poor, but this person prefers to live an austere lifestyle, a simple lifestyle, not a life of luxury. This person is a frugal person. So remember that a simple lifestyle does not equate to poverty, right? So हम इसे poor नहीं बोल सकते हैं. Somebody who's Spartan just has a simple lifestyle. Okay? Touts. Touts are these middlemen only. It is a negative word. Okay. Literally what it means. If I have to give you a very narrow meaning of it, narrow meaning is, so earlier, you used to get these movie tickets in black. There would be these people outside the movie theater who would sell this to you at a higher price. Okay, they would hoard the tickets earlier. They were called touts. But touts, in a general sense, means these middlemen, right? So here we are talking about these middlemen who come in between and say that, okay, हम आपका जल्दी काम करा देंगे. Okay. Abstinent is an adjective. Abstinent is an adjective. Okay. Let me try writing through my finger. Yes, it's working. Abstinent is an adjective. Okay. So let's go to the next one. Yes, Ishan, correct. Okay, 5 options now. You know that some of your OMATs such as that, NMAT, MHCT, if you plan to take it, they ask you 5 options per question. So, tell me what the answer for this one should be. Hanji. A, D, all right. Okay. 3A, 2D, 3D, okay. So there's a tough competition between A and D. A is winning now. Alright, what about others? These are all high frequency words, let me tell you that. You will find them in newspapers, magazine articles, in conversations. Okay, so A emerges as the winner. Any other response? A is not the answer here. D is correct. Those who said D, absolutely correct. Let's have a look at the meanings. First, I have always told you that in fill in the blanks, context is very important. So, the royal members' fury over their security detail being pulled, that means now they are not getting any security, is another moment. So, and they were furious, of course. This particular member, this one member is furious, right? It is another moment that gives us an insight into just how dash the family breakdown has been, how bitter the family breakdown has been. The differences are. So, that's what I'm looking for, bitter. Hostile. Okay. These are the words that I'm looking for. Let's have a look at these meanings. Tenuous. A tenuous link. This is often used in this context. It's a tenuous link. Tenuous means weak. Okay, something lacking strength. So, weak, the family breakdown has been weak. No, there has been a very strong family breakdown there. So, weak does not fit. Okay. The family relations are weak now. The family's breakdown has been pretty mighty. Okay. Yes, this is in the context of the British royal family, Prasanna. Now, bilious. Bilious. Science students, or in fact all students, we read about bile juice in biology. Bile. You remember this fluid that is secreted, that this yellow fluid, yellow and green fluid that helps you in digestion, bile juice. But earlier, when biology was not very developed, when people didn't know the real function of bile, bile was associated with anger. Okay. Bile was associated with anger, especially irritability. You know, irritability is what it was associated with. So, somebody who's bilious is angry and irritable. Okay, that's what this word means. So, how angry and irritable, usually it is used for a person's mood, for a person's temperament. Okay, it's a mood word, it's a temperament word. It is not a word, temperament. It is not a word that I would use to describe a family's relations. Yes, it gets secreted from the liver. Absolutely correct. Okay. So, this is eliminated, all right. You get it. This is eliminated. Now, between C, D and D. Convivial. What is convivial? We have discussed this word earlier. What is convivial? Yes. Conviv. Viv means life. Con means together. So, convivial is when, let's say, you are enjoying the company of others. There's a lot of partying, feasting, drinking. That sort of an atmosphere is called an atmosphere of conviviality. Right? So, convivial, the jolliness that is associated with parties. That is convivial. Okay. Again, we cannot use this word. I think here the tone does not match at all. So, this was an easy to eliminate word. C. Okay? So, C is eliminated. A, B and C up tak eliminate ho chuke hai. B was actually relatively close. But then as I told you, mood and temperament cannot be used to describe a family's breakdown. They are used to, they are used for a person's nature. Between D and E, you know that D is the answer. But why not E? What is venial? Yes, Tarun and Ritik, correct for convivial. What is venial? Let's have a look. Venial, and often it is confused with the word venal. Okay, venial and venal are often confused with each other. So, venial means something that you can forgive, something forgivable, something pardonable, excusable. That is venial. Pardonable, excusable. Okay. So, how pardonable does not fit at all. So, in terms of meaning, this did not fit at all. E did not fit at all. Eliminated. What is venal? Although it's not mentioned here, you should know because these are commonly confused words. Venal ka kya meaning hota hai? It means corrupt. Yes. Somebody who is corrupt is a venal person. Okay. A system characterized by corruption is a venal system. So, venal means corrupt. Let me write it here. Corrupt. And therefore, anyway, venial we had eliminated. Acrimony. Acrimony is the noun. Acrimonious is the adjective. So, acrimony is a feeling of bitterness, hostility, resentment towards somebody. Acrimonious is the adjective form of it. So, यहाँ पर हमारा ये answer होगा. Good, those who said D. Excellent. Okay, because some of these words, as I said, bilious was close here. So, and probably you didn't know the meaning of venial, but you still guessed the right answer. So, good. Pat on your back. Okay. Let's have... Achha, before I proceed, just one. Yeah, I wanted to show you this picture in case you're a fan of the TV show Friends. So, Joey often does not know how to use words correctly. He does not know vocabulary words. So, there's this scene where he dates a really smart girl and she uses this word acrimonious. So, he decides that he would also use this word just to sound smart. So, see how he uses it. If we want to grab a bite before work, we would better get acrimonious. And then they both stare at him because of course he's using it incorrectly. So, he says, no, am I getting close to using it correctly? He's not even close. Okay. So, even TV shows can teach you vocabulary. Now, tell me another fill in the blank. What should come here? Yes. So the tone of the words might help here. Let's see what you say. Okay, I've got my first response. What is the tone of this word providential, positive or negative? Okay, B, C, D, A is left. A, okay, so A, you've eliminated all of you. Come on, more responses, guys. Be enthusiastic. Historians play dash parlor game. Debating parlor game is a game that you play when you meet each other, right? When you get together. Just like at kitty parties, people play tambola. You could call it a parlor game. Okay. So, debating whether today more closely resembles the turbulent 1970s or the catastrophic 1930s. Amid these titanic changes, huge changes, titanic here means huge changes, no one shows signs of being in control. So, it is a negative sentence. We are looking for a negative word here. Okay. Alright. So, providential and propitious, they are both positive words. Eliminated, eliminated. C cannot be the answer. What do they mean? Propitious, auspicious, right? Propitious is something that is opportune. That means it is favorable for you. It has come at the right moment for you. Auspicious. Providential, it has two meanings. So, one, I think some of you must have associated it with Provident Fund, in case you wondered this. Providence actually means the protective care of God, right? People believe this, that God protects us, God cares for us. So, this concept of God's protective love, care is called providence. Okay. A lot of people also call it destiny. So, the good side of our destiny, right? The good side of our kismat, fate, etc. That is providence. Another meaning of providence is when, let's say, you are being provident, you are being prudent about the future. That means you are making arrangements for the future right now itself, right? That's the concept of a provident fund, right? Some money gets deducted from your salary right now so that you are able to take care of yourself in the future. So, providential has two meanings. One is related to the protective love and care of God, and the other is related to being prudent. Neither of the meanings fits here. Neither fits here. We are looking for a negative word. So, it's either ominous or onerous. Onerous means, again we have done this word in another session, onerous. What does it mean? Burdensome. It means something that is burdensome for us. Ominous, on the other hand, means something that indicates that there are bad times ahead. Okay. Premonitory. You know, premonition also means the same. Foreboding. A sense of foreboding is also that something bad is going to happen. So, these are some synonyms. Ominous is the word that fits here. Omen se aaya hai, ominous. ठीक है? So, ominous. Very good, Vedant. Providential can be associated with provide. Yes, when we provide for our future. Right? So, B Bangalore is the answer. And because God provides for us, that is why providential is also associated with God. ठीक है? So far so good. Onerous might be a new word for you and providential might be a new word for you. Remember them. Use them. Okay. Now one word substitution questions. So 3 question types we are covering today. Fill in the blanks, analogy. This is the third one. Tell me the answer. Easy question. Kashtdayak. Yes, Ishank. For onerous. Correct. Good, Ritik. Omen is positive. See, omen is actually neutral. It could be a good omen, it could be a bad omen, right? But when we say ominous, it is never used positively, right? Omen simply means a sign indicating that something is going to happen in the future. Good omen would mean a good sign, bad omen would mean a bad sign. Shagun upshagun, that idea, okay? From various daily soaps. B or A, B, all right, okay. How many of you are cricket fans? Yes, all the cricket fans in the house. Have you heard this, a similar word? Have you heard a similar word to be, a word similar to be? Yes, I am not even a cricket fan and I have heard it. So, B is the answer, you are right. A slaughterhouse is called an abattoir, right? And if you know, there is a ground in Australia called Gabba, and because whenever a team, usually when a team plays on that ground, the Australians defeat that team, okay? It's a tough ground, right? So, they call it Gabattoir. They have named it Gabattoir. So, Gabba plus abattoir, and they call slaughtering another team in such a way as Gabattoir. So, but India defeated them on this very turf in 2021. So, there was a lot of joking around this term then, Gabattoir. And yeah, so abattoir comes from slaughterhouse there. Gava actually, it comes from the language of Aboriginals. It means a fighting space, a fighting place, right? Hence, the ground is Gaba. Alright. Anyway, abattoir was the answer here. It's a slaughterhouse. A sanitarium and a sanatorium all mean the same, okay? So please don't get confused. In case you see an I here instead of an A, that spelling is also fine. Sanatorium is also fine, and sanitarium is also fine. Okay, sanitarium is also fine. All of these refer to a facility where people who are suffering from some mental disorders or emotional disorders are kept. And it also refers to places where people are there for recuperating. A health resort can also be called a sanatorium. Okay, so ye to answer nahi hai. Abacus, all of you know. Pen is a cage in which animals are kept. So it's not a slaughterhouse. This is a slaughterhouse. Clear? Okay, now associate abattoir with gabattoir and you won't forget it. Alright, how about this? A word with a very rich etymology is the answer here. Let's see what you say. What do you say? One word substitution. Okay. All right, A, C, B. Okay, let's have a look. So, illiterate, no, that is mainly concerned with a lack of literacy, a lack of having read, having learned to read and write. That does not mean that you don't appreciate anything artistic. You could be, let's say you could not be literate, but you still may enjoy music a lot, right? So, this is not the answer. Primitive simply means backward. Again, it is not specifically associated with being disdainful, particularly disliking something artistic or intellectual. So C and D go out of the window. A and B are close. I agree. A and B are close. But barbarian is a broader word. A barbarian is someone who's considered foreign, uncivilized, ignorant. So it has a broader meaning. Okay. Whereas Philistine, it has a narrow meaning, and the meaning is exactly this. So while being a Philistine is one of the aspects of being a barbarian, Philistine means someone who does not appreciate art, intellectual things, that person. And it would be Philistine, is it? Let me just check the spelling once. I think even this is acceptable. Let me just check it once. Maybe I'm wrong. But it's Li. Philistine is Li, not double Li. Okay. Let me see if your double L spelling is also acceptable. No. It's a single L. Philistine has a single L. Okay. So B is the answer here, and it comes from a Bible reference. So Philistine, these were people who inhabited a land Philistia, which is the present day Palestine, and Israelis gave this word. So they used to refer to them as the enemy, and they would think that these people are savage people, they are not much for intellectual and artistic values. So Israelis coined this word for them, Philistine. Okay, it has another history also, a German history. I would encourage you to find out that. In case you are interested in etymologies of a word, you can refer to this website etymonline.com. Very comprehensive, gives you the etymology, the history of a word in a very comprehensive way. Okay, so find it out. The answer is Philistine here, and it's an interesting word. Let's go to this question. Oh, I'm sorry. This question, the last one for the day. Let's see what you say. A solution or remedy for all your illnesses or troubles or problems. B, C, okay. Prognosis, what does this mean, prognosis? Okay, B, alright, D. So, diagnosis, prognosis, they all have this root know, which means to know. Okay, it simply means to know. Right. So, prognosis is when I'm trying to find out how does the future course of a particular disease looks like. What is the prospects of the patient? What are the prospects for the patient? Right. Is the patient going to recover? What will the future treatment look like? All of this is called prognosis. Okay. Anticipating the future course of a disease or treatment. So, that is not the answer, of course. Placebo, I would understand in case you said C, but placebo is when a person is not given a real medicine, rather a person thinks, okay, it's a psychological phenomenon. So let's say the doctor gives you no medicine, they just give you some sweet pills and they tell you that you are being given medicine. A psychological effect happens where you feel that because you are getting medicine, you get better. You actually report improvement in your health. Some percentage improvement in your health. This is called placebo effect, and such medicines which are not really medicines are called placebos. Right? It's not a negative term, remember. And Harry Potter fans, you would relate with this. Remember Felix Felicis, the luck potion? There is an instance where Harry tells Ron that he actually slipped in Felix Felicis in his food when he didn't. So Ron immediately starts feeling lucky. A psychological effect operates and he plays well that day. So this is placebo effect. The answer is panacea. Panacea is a cure-all. Okay. So for instance, if I say that technology is often presented as a panacea for all our problems, right? but technology cannot solve all our problems, right? So a cure-all. Periphery is boundary, okay, sidelines, margins, and that is not the answer. All right. Yes, correct Ritik. Good Vedant. Placebo effect, correct Tarun. Good. Harry Potter reference you also gave. Good, good. So these were the words for the day. I hope you'll remember them, revise them and use them. Very important. And yes, if you want to see our pedagogy, our materials, then you can unlock a 3-day free trial. You know about it now, right? The link for this in the description box. These are your family members now, yes. So CAT 22 toppers, if you want to be one of them, you can join our CAT 23 comprehensive program with all these features. The link is again in the description box. And for this, you can get a scholarship as well. So take the scholarship test at 11 AM and you can get up to a 90% scholarship. Okay, and yes, in case you want to know when you should go for an MBA in your life, okay, how to prepare for it and the why of it. I think the why of it is important, isn't it? For anything that we do in life. So you should attend this workshop that is going to happen on the 16th at 11 AM. So this time it's during the daytime in the morning. So do attend this one. And yes, follow us on various social media platforms. Download our app. We conduct sessions there as well. You can attend them. Okay, so this is it from my side for today. Thank you for attending. Welcome guys, welcome. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. All right.